Why is radicalism seen as a major paradigm shift in geography? Explain its causes, approaches, and criticism. Why is radicalism considered a major shift? Shift in what? In what way? आप क्या लिखोगे? That yes, radicalism was a major shift in paradigm because of, give me 2 or 3 points. इसके पहले geography क्या था? And when I'm saying radicalism, I mean the Marxist approach. It is not a radical revolution in general. So जब हम बात कर रहे हैं about radical geography, इसके पहले क्या था? This is challenging 3-4 things. What was those 3-4 things? So welfare geography आया तो capitalism भी आ गया. Welfare approach है, behavioral approach है, quantitative revolution है, and before this, man-environment relationship, determinism and possibilism. Radicalism is different from all the 4. So one shift is, it is no longer study of man-environment relationship per se. It's more about understanding what creates inequalities, what creates poverty and unemployment conflicts, and how to solve them. Okay, so ये वाला पहला. Keep writing, please. How is radicalism a major paradigm shift? So first is, it is major paradigm shift in terms of geography is no longer seen as a man-environment study about who influences what. Okay, geography is about studying poverty, inequalities, conflicts, and to solve them. And in studying this, these conflicts, studying inequalities, geography is no longer seeking explanations in environmental determinism. कि आप गरीब हो because resource नहीं है, आप गरीब हैं because your terrain is poor, you are poor because you don't have water. Okay, that's an example of environmental deterministic explanation, right? Geography is not looking at environmental based answers anymore. This was because before this, all was around that. How does environment impact? Can man influence that or not? Man must be within the limits of environment. सब कुछ environmental determinism या possibilism से it was being evaluated. Now this is gone. One. Then it was a shift from QR. Why? Because under QR, the objective was to create normative models of patterns of phenomena. And that was not considered realistic. Okay, geography was removed from the real life problems. Geography was more an academic philosophy. Geography was not based on utility in solving human problems. So it was a departure from the quantitative revolution. Okay? They found QR to be superficial. QR is superficial. QR is again not practical. Unrealistic models bana rahe ho of no consequence. It has rejected this. Third. Now, behavioral approach is more of an extension of QR, or it is a challenge to positivism. Their approach kya hai? It is an extension of QR, or it is a challenge to positivism with focus on human perceptions and human thinking. Ab dekho, in determinism, possibilism, the cause of anything is what? Environment. This school says the cause of anything is human psychology. The cause of anything is human perception. Radicalism in geography says the cause is not perception. The cause is not human thinking. The cause are in the political processes. The cause is in a social differentiation, many of which are forced. So psychology as the reason is rejected. That's a change of paradigm. Environment as a cause is rejected. That's a change of paradigm. Geography should not be study of patterns. Geography should be study of solving the patterns of inequalities. Now come to welfare geography. So commonality of radicalism and welfare geography was that both sought solutions to human problems of development. दोनों का काफी same objective था in terms of the vision, that they want to see geography as solving the problems of inequalities, of unequal development. Okay, but welfare approach or the reformist approach was pro-capitalism, was considered status quoist. Welfare geography was seen more as doing a lip service. बस कहने के लिए कह रहे हो आप. So in that sense, radicalism became a new paradigm. Okay. पहली बार radicalism talks about Marxist approach. ये पहले geography में कभी नहीं हुआ. Marxist approach, revolutionary approach. It was anarchist in approach, disruptive in approach. That's why it is a new paradigm. Anarchist, disruptive, revolutionary approach. The reasons were in historical ownership of modes of production. Historical ownership of modes of production, which was unjust, unfair. See, what my approach here is, कि don't see these questions as straight questions कि लिख दिया note on radical geography. आपको पूछा जा रहा है, very clearly पूछा जा रहा है कि बताओ, how is it a major paradigm change? कि ऐसे पहले कभी नहीं हुआ था, ये कुछ नया बता रहा है. Okay, so what is new in this? What's new in this is different from here, different from here. So this geography is qualitatively, okay, this geography in terms of objectives बहुत अलग है in whatever was being discussed in geography earlier. ठीक है? Geography is influenced by Marxist ideologies. Geography, okay, is anti-capitalist. Geography is not interested in mapping inequalities. Geography is interested in solving inequalities, but by political revolutions. Geography is not concerned about making models. यहाँ तो model बना के बैठ रहे हो ना आप. तो क्या करना है model का normative approach में? हो गया आपका 1.5 page write up on how is a different paradigm. No. Don't say radicalism is socialist. Socialist actually is an offshoot of capitalism. Okay, socialist और communist में ये फर्क है. जैसे कि Nehru was socialist. He was never anti-capitalist. He was capitalist with social objectives. Okay, so Nehru was more. That's why he said India is a welfare state. No, ये वहीं से आ रहा है. Yes, welfare. So it was very much capitalist. It was very much pro-industries, but with a socialist face. So radicalists are not socialists. ये communists हैं. We'll call them as radicalists. The first part done now. अब question देखो दोबारा. Why is radicalism seen as a major paradigm shift in geography? हो गया. अब आप बताओगे. Explain its causes. Okay, now cause iska 3 causes hai. You all know this answer. I'm only putting in a structure. One cause is the existing political, social conditions in the Western world. Unemployment hai, racism hai, black rights, women rights, Vietnam War, society is more consumer-centric, young, restless population. ना post World War II, ना post baby boomer phase. Okay, so 60s 70s में young population है, उनको jobs चाहिए. Okay, idealistic population hai, they want jobs. So one cause is the existing social political conditions of the West, the post-colonial, okay, the post-colonial influence, aspirations of young emerging, yes, that is one context. The second context is the sense of futility in geographers. The geography is again sterile. Geography is unrealistic. यहीं पर आता है the speech of Zelensky as a president of AAG. Geography has now new ambitions, new goals. तो geography के बाहर turmoil है, geography के अंदर there is lot of restlessness. Okay, and third is okay the perceived failure of capitalism and reformist approaches. Typically जो आज हो रहा है, in today's time, there is a failure of, there's a collective global failure of the way we have implemented democracy. There's a collective global failure of the way we talked about free fair trade and the benefits of globalization. That's why we have the rise of the middle class, the rise of okay, the Dalits politics, the rise of the developing worlds. You can see the language India speaks right now, no? I think Jaishankar epitomizes okay, that the Europe should get over that hangover. The Europe's problem is world's problem, right? This is a backlash against कि आपने हमें बेवकूफ बनाया पिछले 20 साल 30 साल से. You sold the idea called WTO, Kyoto Protocol, UN. Okay, you sold the idea to us about free fair trade. Some nonsense hai aapka. You are continuing as usual and we are suffering. Okay. So this is what's happening then in 70s again. There is a futility. There is a rejection of कि आपके जो democratic models थे, reformist models थे, उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया. They only ended up promoting a new form of colonization, promoting a new form of okay, imperialism. Okay? So the failure of the welfare approaches, restlessness in geography as a discipline, and the existing social political conditions in the Western world. That's why this was more of an Anglo-American backlash. It was not a global backlash against geographers everywhere. ये Anglo-American okay, approach रहा है in its evolution. All good here? सब cause answer हो जाएगा आपका?